Okay, guys, answering two questions that I've received from yesterday's videos on the Tippmann Boss hand stitcher and how to help that work smoothly. Rapid answers first. First question, is this the primary machine that I do most of my stitching on? The answer is no. Cobra Class 4. Beautiful machine. Question 2, what is the thread that I find works best in this machine? Short answer, a rugged polyester size 346. Okay, if you want to stick around for a little bit more detailed explanation, then here we go. Okay, so I use the Cobra Class 4 for the majority of my work, especially long run projects where I'm doing long stitch lines on belts, radio straps, and that kind of thing, or have even smaller projects that have minimal turns and things. Cobra Class 4. I do come to the Boss hand stitcher when I'm doing very small projects, or when I'm using a leather or have a project that I really want to have very minimal marking of the surface. Okay, so one kind of nice, it's a pro and a con, right? One nice thing about this hand stitcher is as you go and you're pulling this lever, it does feed your product through, but it also doesn't fight too much, and it doesn't command the movement so much. So if you're doing small turns and small movements, it's pretty easy to control the pace and delivery and space those stitches out just where you want them and make small adjustments pretty quickly. Where if you're trying to do that same thing on the Cobra Class 4, you got to really slow down the pedal and quite often kind of stop, make an adjustment, stop, make an adjustment. With practice, you can kind of get better at that, but it's really nice to use the Boss hand stitcher for very small projects. Also, I'll tell you that this presser foot, I'll do a close-up here in a bit, but this presser foot seems really nice for, it's not very big, it's very thin, the needle drops very much in the center, and you can see your work, the whole thing very well, and I've got it kind of dialed in where it really does not mark the surface. Even when you're doing turns and things, there's no real surface markings when I'm using the Boss hand stitcher, where when I'm using the Cobra Class 4, you definitely, when you make a turn or something, you'll notice that it puts little marks down into the surface of the leather. Okay, thread. So let's take a look at this. So this, I'll show you. This is my preferred polyester thread, size 346. And looking at it, you can tell it's kind of got a coarse look to it, very sturdy. Okay, this is more or less what I prefer to use in this machine. Okay, it can be difficult to find a wide range of colors in this material. So, quick shout out to OA Leather Supply and the Black Crown thread that they have been carrying and selling. So they do make a polyester 277. It's a bonded polyester, and it is available in colors. Now it has a little bit more of a sheen, a little bit slicker because it's bonded polyester, but still very nice. Okay, now when you really want a large variety of color and good volume, that's and ultimately when I'm using my Boss hand stitcher, I do use a wide variety of colors. So what I actually use most often on the machine is this bonded nylon 277. Shout out to Springfield Leather Company, who sells good size rolls of this in a multitude of beautiful colors. You can see that it is quite a bit slicker. It's, you know, has a sheen to it. It's a soft feeling thread. It is very strong, but the threads will slide through your tension adjustments much easier. It'll slide through the tension plate on the bobbin easier. So depending on what you're doing, you may find if you've been using a different type of thread and you switch to this, you're going to have to play with some tension adjustments. Maybe you might have no problems for a bit, and then suddenly you're using a certain piece and suddenly have issues. Like I say, that's where the Boss can be a bit finicky. Have patience, make small adjustments, and definitely match the thread that you're using on top with the thread that you're using on bottom for, I think, the best results. All right. Thanks, guys. Okay, just a real quick zoom in on my favorite presser foot. Let's turn on the light supplied by Tippmann. Okay, this is my favorite presser foot for this machine. Very little surface marking. I can put any piece of work down and start stitching, whether I kind of want the stitch to be left or right side, and it works very well. So if you haven't played with this presser foot, I highly recommend it.